probably going to see some interruptions here in just a minute because I'm switching internet signals, but that happens. All right. The name of the old series that I used to do, where I would come to you guys at usually I did it on Mondays because that was my day off, but generally random times where we talk about something interesting, something necessary, something important, or just whatever the hell I felt like talking about, because I'm a pastor and I can do stuff like that. So now I am trying to bring that back. We were supposed to have our typical Back to Basics or Angry Dome live stream today, and obviously that didn't really happen. We've been having some scheduling issues. Today was the meeting of the New Brunswick classes, which we're a part of, and that ran long. And you guys don't need to know all the nitty gritty details. It was a mess, and trying to get a live stream of the usual sort to happen today wasn't really going to do. So we're going to try this instead. Truth be told, I have no rightful idea if it is working at all, if anybody's watching it, or if anybody really gives a crap. But we're going to give it a try anyway. If you are following along, give us a shout out in the chat. I'm not entirely sure if that will appear on my screen because, again, I've never really done it this way before. Definitely not while driving around town, which is what you can see that I'm doing right now. I have various errands to run, and I'm attempting to do said errands while also talking with you all. But I know if you're not kind of watching this right now, a lot of you will probably join us later after the fact. But yeah, so if you can look so I'll show you with the camera, you can see it's kind of a rainy day right now. So we should try to do something when we can, especially when the weather's crap like this. So I was thinking that today would be a day to talk about love in kind of a general sense. It came up in a podcast that I do guest spots for periodically just the other day. Some of you know it, The Word in Black and Red. It's a great podcast. I love to get out of it. I'm usually the guy who shows up and screams insane random bullcrap during. So we wind up with some very funny stuff. But so we're on that podcast and we're talking about kind of love as a concept, and it was sticking with me. We started out by talking about love and trust and some of the other kind of functions of what it means to be a Christian and to operate as a Christian in this world, in this time. And it strikes me how many people tend to think that love is something that you feel, that love is something that exists within the heart. And if it's not like there in your heart, then either you're a bad person or your relationship isn't working or yada yada, any number of different things. The same goes for things like trust or faith or even indeed the presence of God, as I've heard many say. That all these things are these kind of ephemeral feelings. But the truth of the matter is, they're choices. They're deliberate actions we choose to take with respect to one another. Love is the one that I choose to comment on for reasons that should be occupationally obvious. But also at the same time, because I think it's the most important, but it's true of all of them, that they are choices. They are disciplines with which we engage because they're necessary. And the problem we have is that we tend to think if it doesn't come easy or if it doesn't feel good, then it must not be right, particularly when it comes to these things. Now, look, you all know I'm going to come at this from the Bible perspective. I'm going to park here for just a sec so I can really get to you on this. So I'm not lying when I say to you this is the Jesus way to handle it, is to say that no, it's a discipline, you crazy ass people. It's not just something you feel, but we discount the discipline of love a lot in our lives. And that can do a lot of damage. I mean, it's easy to think that because you're just not feeling it, that it's not right. And I hate to break it to everybody, but humans are not naturally going to be good all the time. Our feelings aren't naturally going to feel accurate. Our compass doesn't always point true north all of the time. We are made good in the image of God, but we are affected by sin in the world. So, yeah, like, we're not always going to be right or correct or anything like that. I'm seeing the chat is working here, but I can barely see it. Man, I do not know why that is. I'm trying to see if I can get a better look at it, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm not seeing it super well here. Um, so, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the feeling of love, that is good. It feels good. I've been in love. I have felt love for people many times in my life. Platonic love, emotional love, romantic love, love for my children, love for my friends, love for my family, yeah, and even sexual love. Like, it's a thing. Sorry, guys. But all of these things we feel, but feeling love in your heart doesn't necessarily manifest in doing love. Um, so, yeah, I can see comment in the chat. You think you might be the only one here right now. I'm seeing 12 to 15 people popping in and out here. You seem to be the only one in the chat right now, but that's not uncommon. So I see you. Anyway, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is we can feel love in our heart, as I do for all of you in our community and all of you beyond, but there's an extra step involved in choosing to take action based on that love. Now, that's something that is hard and often requires a degree of self-sacrifice. Now, this is the example I used in the podcast the other day, was that love in practice in the world, the way it's supposed to be, is a lot like a massage conga line at a late 90s management conference. It's largely uncomfortable. It requires you to put yourself in a place you don't want to be, with people you don't necessarily want to be, and then doing something to someone else that you maybe don't want to lay hands on. But if you do that, it circles all the way around the room and gets back to you in the end. So we can often write off the discipline of doing love or having trust or having faith because it's too hard and it doesn't come back to help us. Why should I bother to care for this person when they're just going to stab me in the back or do something terrible for me? Even if I feel love for this person, why the hell would I do something so stupid? And it's because that's what love is. Like, love is an irrational choice. It's a stupid thing to do. But counterintuitively, it's a stupid thing that, if we all do the same stupid thing, is incredibly smart. And that's it, really. Like, if we all do it, it's good. If we all care for each other, it's good. And it turns the corner into this massive thing. Now, the simple fact of the matter is, not everybody's going to do that. I have had many experiences in my personal life where I have stood in that space and said, look, you may be a right bastard, but I'm going to love you anyway, even though I'm not feeling it and I don't want to do it and it's going to fucking kill me. But sometimes it does. We're never going to get anywhere, though, if we don't try to do that, if we don't put ourselves out there and attempt to accomplish that. So that's kind of my musing for today, is that we should do that thing, that we should recognize that love and trust aren't going to just sprout up within our souls. And the continuation to that, too, is the fact that we talk about mental effort. And, well, okay, yeah, but I don't really have I'm not mentally strong enough to do that and to endure that. Well, not discounting conditions of mental health and stuff, which need to be seen to by a professional. The average person isn't mentally incapable of sacrificial love that way. They're simply just not in the practice of it. I mean, this is a discipline I have attempted to nurture throughout my entire life, but when setting out to begin that discipline, I wasn't very good at it, and it hurt like hell. I mean, I spent years getting my ass absolutely handed to me emotionally and caving in on myself and collapsing because people were just beating the crap out of me. So, yeah, it's learned to a certain degree. Again, notwithstanding legitimate mental health and psychological conditions which need to be, dealt with professionally. I guess that's my encouragement to everybody today, and the thing I wanted to kind of get out here, because I'm not going to have time to really address the current events that we're dealing with as a society today. That's what the Angry Dome's for. And I'm not going to dig into biblical text because I'm literally on the road and in my car. And that's what Back to Basics is for. And we don't have time for that today either. But there's still a message I think we all need to hear, which is that love takes work, And look, we can get buried in guilt and shame and fear. Fear is the root of all of these evil things. It truly is. Fear is the enemy of love, but perfect love drives out fear. That's from 1 John. And that's what we're trying to do here. That's what this discipline is all about, is choosing to side with love and letting it drive out that fear. We're going to be afraid. Like, when we stand before an opportunity to love someone who could fuck us up, we're going to be afraid. It's going to scare the crap out of us, and we're going to be sitting there going, I do not want to do this thing. I do not want to do this thing. And I want to tell you that is it's a feeling shared by no less than Jesus Christ, his own self. Garden of Gethsemane, before being arrested after the betrayal of Judas, someone he loved and who bit him in the ass for it. Jesus was standing there praying to the Lord, saying, Lord, if it be your will, take this cup from me. I don't want to do this. That has to happen. It's a part of the process. And Jesus still knew that when he'd said his piece, it was time to get up and say, Lord, if it be thy will be done. And then to walk down and let one of his best friends sentence him to death. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes it hurts us. Sometimes it kills us. Sometimes we don't recover from that. But we don't introduce love into the world by staying in the garden, by staying in that place of fear. We don't make the world a better place when we just stand there like an annoyed preteen screaming, but please, please, please. I know you said no, but please, please, please. We're not going to get anywhere with that. We think we can pester God into making our lives the way we want. We think we can pester our lives into being the way we want. And sometimes we can. But just like a kid pestering their parent for more game time, it doesn't make anything better. We may sometimes succeed in getting what we want when we hide in that fear and just beg and plead and insist that we're going to get what we want and screw everyone. Sure, we might benefit. Might benefit for a while. But it doesn't change the world. Wouldn't make anything better. And in the end, that suffering will circle back around and get you in the end. You can't hide forever. We have to find a way forward. We have to figure out how to stand up and say, you know what? No. I will choose love. You can wake up today and choose violence. I woke up and chose love. And okay, that might mean that the violence will come to me anyway, but it won't be by my doing. I don't know. I wish I could give you guys a more hopeful message than that, and saying, yeah, love sometimes means standing up there and choosing to do the right thing even while people kick the crap out of you, but sometimes it does. And we do ourselves and the world a disservice when we pretend it doesn't. So, friends, I'm going to go to the grocery store now. I've gotten you a good 15 minutes for a short little live stream, and it's wonderful talking to you. I saw a few of you here in the chat. The attentive numbers have gone up and down. I'm going to try to do more of these here and there, but yeah, if I could leave you with that one message, that one idea, it's this. It's that being a good person, being a loving person, takes work. It does. And you don't need to blame yourself if you can't do the work, if you have mental health that keeps you from doing it, if you have challenges of mind or body that prevent you from doing it in the way you think you need to do it. But at the same time, we all do need to do more than sitting in fear, than letting the terror of what might happen keep us from doing what we could. We all want to live lives where nothing bad ever happens, but bad comes to us one way or the other. We're in a broken and sinful world. And the sooner we accept that, and the sooner we try to face that with love. Someone comes in to hit us and we give them a hug. Someone slaps you on the one cheek, you turn them the other. Not because of some complex justification, but because it is the only way to induce change in this world. So, my friends, it's going to be good, it's going to be bad, it's going to be painful, it's going to be ugly sometimes, but go out and love. And eventually, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not until years down the line, people will look back on you and remember that this is a person who never turned away. This is a person who never gave up, who never lost sight of the humanity of the people they were dealing with. And that's what it means to be a follower of Christ, to constantly look at the other and see a person worthy of love and respect and compassion and care, even and especially when it took some beatings to get there. So have a wonderful day, guys. Let me know if you want to talk more. I'll be on the Discord server in and out all day today, and I just want to wish you all the best. I'm going to be running around doing a whole bunch of church and non-church stuff today. My prayers are with you wherever you're going, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day and find ways to introduce love into the world around you. Because you know what? When you do, it may take some time, but you'll be amazed at the fruit that can grow. All right, everybody, take care. I'll catch you later. Bye, everybody.